Hello, let's do Wordle for Friday, March 13th. It's Friday the 13th, and I have a pretty big streak, so I'm hoping we'll be good. Luckily, we are starting with Clasp today. The wheel was very kind to us with Clasp, so let's see how that goes. This is what the official bot starts with. All right, just a yellow A. Whenever I have a yellow A, I always like to think of A something something Y. I don't know if that's the best thing to think of. But you know what? Let's go with my instinct here. We could do an RTY if there's, or an NTY if there's anything like that. Common letters are TRN that are left. Ranty, like someone who rants a lot, they're ranty. It accepts it. All right, okay. Not a Y at the end, but the A is second. What? Okay, how does this work? It could just be one of those AINT words. What would still work there? Faint. So we have faint. I think that's it. Let's do faint. Oh, there's also taint, repeating the T. Let's do faint instead. Okay, it's none of those. Is it like a baton, maybe? BATON. I don't think we're in danger of losing, so I'm just going to guess what I can here. All right, well, we are in guess 5, so maybe I should think about it a little bit. I haven't actually done the E yet, which, I mean, it could be eaten. Probably should have done an E earlier. Oh, well. Lost my opportunity. Are there other ATENs? Dayton? Gayton? Hayton? Are there any ATUNs? Honestly, I think it's Eaton. Like we're putting a vowel there, right? We could repeat the A, I suppose. Matan, gatan, datan. It just doesn't make sense. Let's do Eaton. Okay, it was Eaton. Once that first E turned green, I was pretty confident, but I waited. All right, the double E, and I for the first time in a long time, I didn't target an E early. All right, and you know what? If you have one E, check for two E's is a common strategy. I think my guesses weren't horrible. We'll see what the bot says, but first, let's spin the word wheel that my members can add to and see what we're starting with tomorrow. Tread, suggested by Copper. So if you would like to follow along, then tomorrow we will be starting with tread. And I do know Copper personally, and they start with tread every day. Okay, so maybe we'll match their solve. We'll see. Okay, so let's check the bot and see how we did here. So Eaton was the answer, and I started with clasp. All right, 309 words left. With the yellow A, it's just rated. Is ranty on the list? Is ranty even... We can't even expand 1290 unlikelies. Ranty's not on the list. I don't even know if Ranty is going to be... Okay. It's very concerned. It's extremely concerned. There's 11 words left, and we don't have a way of solving all the words because of the aunt trap. Oops. Oopsie. Yes, the AUNT trap. Okay. So the aunt trap, there is no way to win, guaranteed, because there's so many. Luckily, it wasn't the aunt trap, and I went with faint, which isn't on the list. Taint is way better, apparently. Okay, probably because taunt is a word, but font is not. F-A-U-N-T, it's not, right? Yeah, it's not. Right. Anyway, I went faint. And after that, we know it's not the aunt trap, so we're fine. But there were three. I was almost guaranteed to lose on the aunt trap. Whoops. From here, baton is actually one of the best, but it's just because there's only 3 answers left, and all of them are the best. Baton, eaten, and taken. So once we did baton, and the T was green, it was only eaten. There weren't even any unlikelies. Okay. It said satin was possible under guesses here because it would allow you to guess satin, but the I is gray, so you wouldn't really do that. But it would technically allow you to. But those are the only 2 words it could even allow you to guess is satin and eaten, which is kind of crazy. Wait, was it two? No, three words. Baton and satin. Wait. It says three guesses, but when I expand it, it says baton, satin, and baton is what we already guessed. So I'm a little bit confused there. All right, anyway. Eaten. So Aunt Trap was a concern, and I wasn't concerned because I just failed to analyze that. So that's a mistake. It would go rated here. Once we have that, it's only eaten or matey. Remember when the answer was matey. All right, so a 3 or a 4. That did real well. Tails. From tails, we also go rated and then eaten or matey. All right. Fun. How about steel? From steel, we're going to go trace, which is another one we test for. From trace, looks like we could get lucky and do eaten. Otherwise, we're going to do something like gated, and then we could do matey eaten. So I think we're between 3 and 5, generally. Stare, another common start. The T-A and E. Pleat is the best follow-up if you have that E-A-T. Okay. And they're all yellow, so we're going to go maybe eaten. Otherwise, we go something like gated and then matey eaten. That seems familiar. 3 to 5. Adieu is the most common starting word. We have the A and the E. E's in place. It's going to go tails. We're still concerned about ER words. We're going to go eater, though, and win. Nope. We're going to then do eat it. So it's probably like a 4-ish, maybe a 5. Okay. Audio just has the A. We're going to go table. And then earth, and then eat it. All right. After audio, trace. Wait, did I already do audio? Okay, I did. I did adieu. Did I do audio and then stare and then audio again? I don't think so. I must have missed something. Anyway, after stare, trace. Tries to get it in 2. Unfortunately, it does not. I'm going to go something like metal. And then if we get lucky, we do eaten in 3. Otherwise, it's 4. And then after trace, what do? Oh, just clasp. We already analyzed clasp because that was what we started with. So clasp, rated, eaten or something. All right. Let's look at the official bot, see how people did today. It might be hard to lose on eaten, but it might be hard to think of. I'm not sure. We'll see what happened here. Just saving the image so I can analyze non-hard mode. Okay. So first in hard mode, 89 skill, 43 luck, 5 steps. Average is 4.3. It likes my clasp at start. There's going to be a lot of people starting with clasp. Tamer being the most common follow-up. I am not the only one to do Ranty, but it's pretty rare. Tamer, manner, tread. That's what we're starting with tomorrow. That's fun. Water, rated, tardy, about, dream, great. Interesting. Going straight for tamer with just that A. Okay. That's because I bet a lot of people who start with clasp have the bot follow-ups memorized, at least for the more common results. Faint it really didn't like. It said taint would have been better, which is really interesting. I had considered it. And then baton was a 99 because all of those would have been 99. All right, and eaten. Okay. Clasp, tamer, eaten. Official, my bot wants rated, not tamer. All right. We have a 0.3% tutor rate again. 2.8, 17.2, 44.8, 75.7 on turn 5, 94.4. Oh, so it's a more trappy than I thought. Oten, Peyton, Taken, Leighton, matey, waxen, latex. It's interesting that matey and eaten are so similar. It's the ATE in the middle. All right. Well, that means that in non-hard mode, we're going to have a pretty low solve rate. Let's find out what it is. Oh, come on. All right. I've been doing that all day today, where when I smack enter, I smack the apostrophe first and then enter. And then it's not what I wanted to hit enter on. All right. Give me an 87 skill, so always lower skill on non-hard mode because it likes to fill in fillers. After clasp, clasp is a lot less popular in non-hard mode. People are doing after, tread, water, anchor. So yeah, there has to be that memorized follow-up in hard mode because it's not popular here at all. Ranty's less than 1.1%, but that means other people did do Ranty. It's just toner, which is a filler. All right. Feint it really didn't like. It wants a filler again. Baton was good. And then Eaton. All right. Slate treed Eaton. Get that double E. All right. Yeah, it looks like we just have a standard 0.5 cheater right now. 3%, 15.8, 40.2, 70.1, 91.4% solve rate on turn 6. Losing on similar words. Oten, Peyton, Leighton, Taken, Métis. Just not thinking about repeating the E. That's the issue here. Like, I don't know what this is. I have ATON. I don't know what this is. I'm going to try all the letters. A lot of them lock in, but they weren't right. Because you didn't think of the double E. Cool. Well, let me know how you did. And that is it for Wordle. If you would like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.